What's up, and welcome to the Watch Her Work show. I am Kevin, and it is me to start. Kelsey's out traveling, but we are still going to be here to talk all things W. We got a lot to cover tonight. We are going to have great guests. We're going to have great giveaways. We're going to have lots to talk about what's happening in the WNBA and WNBA Top Shot. There's a lot that we got to cover. We have a Commissioner's Cup that's already set. The game is not till next month, but we're going to be able to get that going. We already had one great game tonight between Dallas and Atlanta. Honestly, looked like it was going to be the dream just pulling away and making this an embarrassing game for Dallas, but the Wings hung in tight. They fell a little bit short, but still turned out to be a pretty good game. We have an emergence of all kinds of new players on both teams, like Tierra McCowan is finally starting to show herself. Naz Hillman, Ari McDonald, starting to show up and play really well. But we don't need to get that far into games at this point. We gotta welcome who's here. We got Joseph, we got Heat, we got ATCJ 1-3. And we got Stevie Wonder 88. I hope that this is like really your name and not a reference to Stevie Wonder, because I would just love to like go around and exist in the world with like not just a famous person's name, but someone like Stevie Wonder, like that level of cool on their name. We're also just not alone with folks in the chat. We got new folks here. Also, more folks in the chat. Ricardo and Trevor Trev, what is up? Welcome to the show. We are making the focal point of our show today this new Discord. You might have heard of it. It's sort of something that sprouted up in the last few weeks, and it's really become not just because I'm a member and I really enjoy it. It's really become a go-to place for WNBA information, for WNBA Top Shot, alpha, advice, support for one another in the community. Like, it has become just a hub that I check out every day and really enjoy. And I wanted to make a focal point of this show. They've been super great to us at Watch Your Work, and it's something that I want to celebrate, to talk about, and to make sure that we put a good focus on. So this is enough of me talking. We're going to bring on the OG of that Discord, Mac Attack. Welcome. It's so good to like finally meet you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, this is going to be a hella good time. Let's jump right into this. Tell us about the WNBA collector community. Like, what's the origin story? Like, where did this start out of?
Okay. Yeah. So this really started as a brainchild of Snapper, who's unable to make it on tonight. I had posted in the Discord, in the Team Hold Discord, and just said, "Hey, is there a community like Nine Labs Lounge, like Milk Gang, Hustle and Show, for the W?" And it didn't seem like there was. And so Schnapper took it upon himself, created it, and we've been running with it ever since. Hopefully the thought process is to make it like the Nine Labs Lounge, make it to where this is a major community. It's not a sub-community of a sub-community. It's its own thing, and it's its own league, and needs to be treated with the respect that it so rightfully deserves.
Yeah, and that's what you've done there. If you are in this Discord, and while I'm doing that, let me send the info. Let me find the invite. Wait, how do I? Did I already forget like how to do this? Wait, no, it's the down arrow. There we go. We're good. Now we're going to post, because I can talk and I can walk and chew gum at the same time. There we go. Now we got the Discord shared. I was going to share you a link to my profile, which nobody needs that. But we got now is in the chat is an invite to that WNBA collector community Discord. And if you go along sort of the left hand side, like you do in, let's say, even in our team hold, that's sort of just where, we all met each other. We kind of started out of that. There's just the team holds, sort of banner side there covers the full breadth of just the existence of sports, NFT projects, culture, movies, things like this. And the WNBA collector community, you are so like locked in and created something super cool for just WNBA conversation, news, links. There's stuff in there to get like team flair, like little badges on your like favorite team. There's sort of like different stuff set up for like specific like set collectors, and like it looks really intentional that you made this specifically for the WNBA. Like you and Snapper really put that work in to make sure that it's a WNBA thing, and
Absolutely.
like props to you. Yeah.
Well, Snapper did most of the work. I'm just gonna say that he handles. I'm a noob when it comes to Discord, so he handles creating all the channels. I help with role assignment and throw out ideas and things like that. But you're absolutely right. It is completely intentional. We didn't want to just represent the best of set. There are sets out there with very little buy-in. You don't even have to be a set owner to join our Discord. But if you do, we have different roles set aside for how many sets you've owned. We're going to hopefully incorporate some challenges around that, some incentives to get people to grow their collection. We want it to be, it's not around one set, it's around the entire league. And we want to show love to the entire league and all of the moments that Top Shot has to offer for our league. So
yeah, that's awesome. And like there is so much there's just so much in there. There's just a lot of stuff layered, and it's clear that they're like giveaways are a focal point of this. It's clear that you're casting the wide net, opening a lot of doors for all the sort of entry level points for just WNBA set collectors. And it's a really like, of all the things online that are a celebration of the WNBA, like I think this is one of the coolest things that I've seen. And in just a true internet form of, if you say enough nice things about a person, they will just like magically show up. We have the second OG, the builder of the set, Snapper. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for the welcome. I'm on a hotspot in a car, but I'm not driving, so we're okay.
I can see that you're in the driver's seat. I'm glad you're not driving. We're all set there. So Mac Attack was talking about sort of what you did to kind of build the framework from this Discord. Tell me what's the response been like from the community? Was it slow? Is it growing faster than you expected? Like, what is this like?
I mean, it's been pretty amazing. I mean, it's been just a few weeks, and we're already over 100 plus verified set holders. I think have over 150 people in the Discord, and that verified set holder list is just climbing kind of every other day or every day. So it's been awesome to see, and it's just been awesome to see the community response. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I log in and kind of go through general chat, or I see like some of the other new things that have popped up, I'm seeing like there's new DFS conversation happening. There's new avatars and names that I hadn't recognized on there, and it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to exist, and quite honestly, if I can go in a general chat and like it's a stream that's like keeps moving, but it's not something that completely overwhelms me and like a flood, and it's not just people complaining about the same things. Like, this is my kind of place. Like, I love this. Has this just been like an organic thing in terms of just like what the support for the W has been like, or just like the ways folks have interacted with each other? Because it seems just like as far as like internet spaces go, this is a pretty healthy internet space. Was that anything that y'all did, or is that just something that's kind of happened?
Honestly, I think that's really just been the community. I mean, we've kind of, put some basic ground rules in there and some guidelines, but it's really been people just having, they're having a good time and they're participating, they're watching games, they're following stats. And I think we got a lot of people that are, maybe they're new W fans, maybe they're older W fans, and it's kind of a place where everyone can come around and just learn about the W and hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it looks like. I think for a lot of folks, I mean, even myself included, I've been a W fan for a long time, but still that fandom evolves, and places like this are places where you get to like the more folks are surrounded you, the more you get to talk about it, the more that fandom grows, the more that love kind of happens. And this is one thing that I'm interested from y'all, like Mac Attack or Snap, whoever wants to answer first. Like, tell us the story of like your WNBA fandom. Like, where did it start? Where are you at now? What are some of your favorites? Mac Attack, I know what your answers are going to be in terms of favorites, but like, what's that story been for y'all?
Go for it, Mac.
Okay. Yeah. So I have always kind of followed the W mostly because of Candace Parker. My family lived in Tennessee. My mom still lives in Knoxville. So big University of Tennessee guy. So obviously that translates. Candace Parker did a lot for us.
Yeah. That's an origin. That's an origin point of women's basketball. Like
yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
sort of that birthing point in Tennessee and just grows out. Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always followed her. Didn't really honestly follow much until very, very recently. So I live about 2 hours from Indianapolis, so it's very easy for me to go up there. I've got a friend that lives there, so I can go see a game whenever I want and can sleep on a couch. And that's kind of the start of my Fever fandom. And it's an amazing story. I mean, who doesn't love an underdog story with the Fever? Yeah, so many rookies. You're really getting in at the ground floor. If you don't have a fan yet, we will gladly take you. If you do not have a team, come on, Fever will take you.
Right. And I just full sized my screen on here, so I'm seeing how much our faces are taking up the entire screen on here. So we're gonna adjust. There we go. That's so much better. My face is not taking up an entire screen. But no, that's a great story. And that's, as I was thinking of like what questions do I want to ask today? Tell me, Mac, is this the greatest 5-13 team of all time, or this has to be like the best we've ever felt about a losing team?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every time I watch the game, I'm excited. It doesn't matter if we're down 15 or up 5. I'm having a great time watching the Fever.
They're having a great time too. Like the effort is there. It's really incredible. Last question that I have, because I can go down the Fever rabbit hole, because I'm about as excited as you are with this. So you have 18 rookies on this team, a lot of rookies on this team. Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite of your children? You can't say they're all my favorite. We're not going to accept any BS answers like that. Tell me, who's your favorite on this team?
Honestly, I'd have to say Emily Angsler.
Okay.
She's just so like that, the hustle, everything about her game is it's awesome. I'm excited to watch her play.
And the Stranger Things jerseys.
Exactly. Best jerseys in any league. It doesn't matter what league it is. Best jerseys in the world.
That's just I mean, you think of like a concept art piece for that, like this is like something that a minor league baseball team would wear and would look like goofy. No, like they lean so hard into it, and it's hella awesome.
It's fantastic. Trying to get the wife to get me one. My birthday's next week, so we're trying.
Happy early birthday.
Trying.
All right.
Thank you.
We spoke this into existence. Let's see what we can do to get the community around. Talking about what a great community it is. Let's try to make this happen. Hashtag get Mac his jersey.
Right.
We have our giveaway hashtag now. Snap. I don't want to leave you out of this conversation. So Snapper, tell me what your history with the W is.
Yeah, so I've been a Lakers fan for a while, and it started out kind of when the Lakers were going through that early 2000s championship around that three-peat. I mean, the Sparks were right there with them. So, living around LA County, it was kind of in my face. I didn't even know, as a kid at the time, I didn't even know there was a WNBA. So that's honestly how I found out that the WNBA was there. Was the team that I was closest to was amazing, and
Yeah.
that was really cool to kind of just grow up and watch. And then I fell out later on, just a little bit. And honestly, hanging out in the team whole Discord, and you guys, you and Kelsey really kind of brought me back with Top Shot into the W. So I would say definitely the last 5-6 months or so, probably since January, I've been really, I got that league pass earlier on. I was been ready to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just been really fun. So that's kind of where I am with it, though.
Well, I'm
I,
glad you got to miss out on the Derek Fisher years, like with your fandom, like that. Talk
yes,
about like
yeah.
dark periods for a storied franchise. Like that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad. We're glad that you're here. You're glad that like your experience is like Lisa Leslie pause, and then now we're back and like
Yes.
great
It
times.
was
Yeah,
it's been a great break, and we're just gonna go. And now I'm a bandwagon fan. I'm an Aces fan now because I'm closer to Vegas than LA. So I'm gonna hop on that train. Because I
you're
mean, who can't right now?
who can't, right? I think this is what my favorite thing about the WNBA is. It's like we have a team with the best record in the league, the Aces. Like they're just right up here. Everybody is talking about and watching and like wanting a part of the Aces. I don't I can dig through WNBA Twitter as much as I can. Like there are so few Aces haters. Who is going to hate Asia Wilson? Who's going to hate Becky Hammond? Who's going to hate Kelsey Plum, Dearica Hamby? Like not just like who they are as people, their shenanigans on Twitter, but like watch their games. Like who can hate that? And then at the very bottom of the league, you have the second most favorite team in the league. Like everyone loves what Indiana's doing, where those rookies are at. And like I think that just speaks super well to like really where we're at in our WNBA fandom and just like where we're at in the league and how we're kind of just all like rally around like what's happening here. Like this is super cool. Oh, and then we bring out folks from all over the place. Aces winning it all. I think that's about as much trash talk as we get in here. But like, who's arguing? Who's arguing with that? So with your, I mean, with y'all kind of being like, as far as I know, the lone kind of WNBA community in the Top Shot kind of world. What has your experience with WNBA Top Shot been like in the last month? Like let's just say like let's start with like these W Wednesday sets to like present day. What are your thoughts? What has your experience been like? Good and bad? Like tell us about it. Snap, you can start this time around. We can give you your fair share.
For sure. Honestly, I really kind of dig the W Wednesday set. I would have loved to seen packs for some flash challenges. That would have been real cool if we could have done that. But I think the W Wednesday, having it be consistent W Wednesday, and then we also got, Flash Challenge Friday kind of thing, the weekend flash challenge. It seems like we have something going here. W, I think we could see more in terms of we want to see some packs, we want to see more flash challenges. I mean, look at tonight. I think there's 5 games on tonight. It would have been awesome to see a flash challenge for some test, something. Something would have been cool. So I think that WNBA Top Shot has been doing a good job. I will give them props in a lot of areas, but I think we could do it also when crafting. We want that
Right.
DT challenge reward.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We've been sitting on this for a long time. Like when crafting. And I mean, Snap. That was probably the most half glass full take on Top Shot I've heard in a long time. So I appreciate that. Mac Attack, tell me about what your experience has been like.
Yes, pretty positive. If I have to be honest with you, my entire collection minus game recognized game is all W. And I've just gone full on into it. The player's choice was excellent, and Snap's done a great job of keeping the W Wednesday going. Every Wednesday we do giveaways for our community, and the flash challenges are great. I was hoping we'd get some base pack flash challenges, but that didn't happen. other than that, it's been very good. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking through everybody, talking through the flash challenges with everybody, talking about who's potential to be in. The speculation is just what's getting me going.
Yeah. Speculation has been great, especially like I just enjoy the getting y'all's Discord on like a Thursday and Friday and kind of like mapping out like who's got 2 games this weekend, like what do we expect. Watching the Mac Attack emerging fandom of Tierra McCowan just come out of nowhere. Like I've really enjoyed this. Like he's got it's showing up in DFS. Like it may be the second jersey that he buys. Like we're still holding on to that. Yeah.
Her Stranger Things jerseys. She has I think Stranger Things jersey T-shirt. So
jersey.
I might get that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
she's value. She's value on DFS right now, and they seem to be playing her more, especially with Satu out. It seems like she's going to get some time. So take her in DFS while you get a chance.
Well, speaking of jerseys and jerseys, and giveaways that happen on Wednesday, we're going to get started here early. So y'all hanging out in the chat, give us a Get Mac a Jersey hashtag. We got 3 moments to give away. We got 15 people watching at the current moment. Like we are, there are going to be some people who have a good chance to win some pretty great moments. And we're already 20 minutes in. Let's get people to start throwing these in the chat because we got a moment to give away. Let's see. I think this first one we're going to give away on here. We got. Do we want to go big with Rebecca Gardner first? Let's go big. All right. We're going to wait for a little more love to get here on the in the chat, but we're gonna give away Rebecca Gardner 4K triple badger. Get Mac a jersey. You saw it. Throw it in the chat there. And then like let's keep hanging. How do you guys? Can you guys able to hang for kind of a full show?
Yeah.
All right.
Should be good. Perfect. Should be good.
All right. It's like I have no idea how this hotspot is going to hold up, but yeah, I'm here for the long haul. That's
the
fine.
Hustle. Hey, I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, can you make it?" I don't know. And here he is.
Here he is. We appreciate it. This is even like this has less horror movie vibes than when like Top Shot Talk showed up in Canada to like.
Yes, he had weird lighting. He had some kind of weird light in the background.
Oh, absolutely. It was terrifying. Like I was like, I've seen this movie before and I didn't like how it ends. So like I'm glad we have daylight happening for you, Schnapp, because otherwise the vibes would be much different right now.
Those West Coast vibes for sure.
God bless Pacific time. Now we talked about sort of what our experience like, and I appreciate y'all having like this this kind of like rosy view and good experience because I think it's from a good place. I like the outlook that both of you have, and those kind of things get reflected in things like a Discord community, and a lot of that shows up really well. We're not doing any hostage videos like that.
I'm locked in the car. I can't get out. Help.
If anything moves in that back window, I don't care if it's like a leaf or something, like I am screaming into the mic and letting you know, lock the door. Yeah. And Deep Threat. I don't know if you can see, but other side. We're repping crew today. Way to get a big get from the Premier League on your Team Columbus Crew. So that's the love that we got. Back to what we're talking about, because oh my gosh, we're all over the place. The love that you guys have for WNBA Top Shot shows up in that Discord. And is there like a specific moment that you can think of that is sort of like in this series 4 set? Let's make it that specific. That is just sort of like this moment, this particular thing is the reason that I love like WNBA Top Shot. Like whether it's a play, even if it's like the art on a set or like what that moment means. Like, is there anything? Oh, we're getting the spinning wheel of death. Is there anything like that for you, Mac Attack? That's really that like this is a great keystone moment for me.
Yeah. So in terms of pack art, Rise with Us, I love that pack art. I think it's
Yes.
super cool.
Yeah.
But and for moments, that Ryan Howard block, man, it is
Mm-hmm.
so nasty. It's
Right. And
so
who would have
nasty.
thought for like a debut moment on the site, like we would get a Ryan Howard block, but man,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
I was talking to somebody in just the regular official Top Shot Discord, and he was hoping for a scoring play. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but you're not
Yep.
going to see a block like this every day.
No.
And that it's just, would you rather have a layup or something that's as monumental as this massive block?
Right.
So
Exactly. I agree with you. And we're gonna pour one out for Schnapp while he gets his internet fixed. But let's see. We can get this giveaway going. This is for the Rebecca Gardner 4K Triple Badger. So we got 12 entries here. Let's see who we got. If you win this, please DM me. Oh, Heath.
congrats,
Heath.
congrats.
Congrats. Glad that you're here. Glad that there's a W. Glad I finally got some paper around me so I can write down who the frick is winning any of these moments.
And I saw Trevor Trev in there. Shout out to him. He's
Yeah.
a real good friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get me in Top Shot, but he got me to stay. So
That's awesome. Like he is he's been in a lot of our shows. Has been a good member of the community. Like that's great. Oh hey, we already got a Top Shot name like right there. Way to
nice.
be on top of it, man. Y'all are professionals here. Okay. There we go. We got one moment down. We're writing my
So you've
little
been
like
asking
old
us
man.
questions. What about you? What's your favorite moment? What encapsulates the W for you on the site?
Oh man, what encapsulates the W for me on this site? It's I think what I've really enjoyed, especially from like sort of this season where we're at right now, is one of the players who kind of brought me back into WNBA fandom after kind of going cold for a little bit was Elena Del Don. And once we started doing these W Wednesday challenges and knowing that like she was going to be one of these players that had a moment like coming up on that, like I was just so amped and like ready to go to like complete the challenge, make sure I completed the cheat code count challenge, get as many of those completed as I could to make sure that was going to be something that was part of my collection. And kind of that like that prospect of sort of just like the chase and like hoping for the serial lottery with these moments. I mean, that's exactly why I did it. And it turns out to be a great moment that I enjoy. And like, I have two of them and I have no intention on selling either of them. And he's back. Here we go. Welcome. We already gave away 1 year moments, so we had good luck there. And we're just spouting love. We're spouting love for Elena Del Don because that's what I do on this show. And I think
it's so effortless for her.
Oh,
so effortless.
Like when she's healthy, and you saw it on Sunday's game too. The ability to just hit turnaround Jays, to get in the lane and defend and rebound at like a level, which is like it's a part of her game that like she doesn't get a lot of credit for, but like when she's locked in, it's completely great. And it feels like it takes nothing for her to demonstrate that she's like one of the best in the league. And it's great. And she has a team around her now with like Shakira Austin, who's unafraid, Natasha Cloud, and I think Alicia Clark, and a lot of their backups. They just demonstrate like they have such this broad skill set between like all those players. That's like they have the defensive lineup, they have a fast offensive lineup, they have a small lineup, like whatever like 2K team you're like trying to build, and then you like go to press the timeout, and you're like, oh, do I want the 3-point lineup or do I want the tall lineup? They got it all like on there. It's great. OMG, it's Limbs. Hello. It is now. But yeah, this is where we're at. So Snap, did you get a chance to answer this? Like what is like what's your favorite moment of season 4 kind of so far?
Ooh. Favorite moment of season 4. Honestly, so I guess okay, so do the archives count? Are we going to
Oh,
include those in
absolutely.
season 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Then it has to be the Candace Parker dunk. Has to be the Candace
Hmm.
Parker dunk. It's
Yeah.
love that. It's I kept watching. I have a couple now. I anytime they drop under like $15, that's kind of like, all right, I might go nab one because still waiting for that crafting challenge. So if
Hmm.
that thing's in there, that's gonna be pumped. So I'd love to see that, but that's my favorite moment. I think just stand out
Yeah,
and the rookie
absolutely.
punches.
Hmm. Yeah, you are 100% right. Like that is oops, actually you can see behind the signs behind the scenes here. I tried to like navigate to a new tab and I accidentally drew another moment again. So congrats Getty, you won the spin that wasn't actually a spin. So we'll keep your name in there. You're going to be fine. But you're absolutely right, and I think of those things, Snap, like watching the Candace Parker moment. As a Sparks fan, like there's these players, there's these teams that we're fans of, and to watch these kind of moments, especially these historical ones, and just sort of like experience like what happens inside you when you see like your team or sort of like your city or something do something like that, like that's super cool. I've told this story before, but like one of my favorite moments in Top Shot is Lonnie Walker's Top Shot debut, because I'm this lifelong Spurs fan and I always wanted to root for Lonnie since they drafted him, and just knowing more of his story. And his Top Shot debut moment is this three that he hit in a game against Houston that was sort of like his breakout I belong in the league kind of game. And to see his energy, to see the shot, to know what it meant, the full context around it, it's like it still gives me goosebumps, even though it's like the value was tanked by like 60% since I picked it up. But like it still means something. And like that's a great part of collecting. So yeah, I'm glad we got to share in that, like that part of it. That's super cool. What are you looking forward to this season in the W? Like maybe the Top Shot side, yes, that'll be cool, but maybe overall WNBA things. Like what are we looking forward to in 2022?
I think this is the first year of the new playoff format, right? That's
Yep.
is that
Mm-hmm.
so? I think that's like something I would like to check out just to see how that goes. Also, just right now, I think you got I think it was Players of the Week. You got Aja and Copper, right? So I think watching that MVP race kind of play out too. That's something that's going to be exciting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, it seems like every week there's like sort of a new leader in that. Like beginning of May, we were ready to anoint Ryan Howard the MVP and the Rookie of the Year, and then things have kind of shifted a little bit, and Age is back in there. A lot of other players are sort of like making their stamp on it. Yeah, absolutely. Mac, what about you?
That's a tough question. I'm definitely excited for All Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's in Chicago, right? So
Right.
the defending
Yep.
champs house, like they've got to do it big, right? They just have
Yep.
to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also excited. I mean, aces, like you all said earlier, aces are so much fun to watch. Just high offense, high defense. They do everything right. So I'm excited to see how the playoffs shake out. And I do see them coming out on top. Knock on wood.
Right.
But that All Star Weekend for sure, I'm pumped for.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what Top Shot does with that. Like they said, that's going to be like a fandom tier kind of set. We're looking forward to what that does. I think there is a lot of like fanfare and then kind of a sad trombone sound for the NBA All Star kind of sets, even the All Star ones that I think like the art for that 2022 All Star set is like one of my favorites on the site. But like a lot of people are kind of poo poo on the moment, so like I'm looking forward to what that looks like on the fandom tier side. And don't worry, Getty, I'll hook you up. We got more moments to give you. So for a fandom spin, you'll be all right there. Let's while we're talking about spins, let's do another one. So what we need is hashtag get Mac a jersey. You see it in the chat. keep adding more. I got 15 entries I'm looking at. I know there's more than that are actually watching shows right now. And before I accidentally press any more buttons, like, well, let's get some more numbers in the chat. We have a game starting at 9:30 my time. We got one more tonight between the Mystics and Sparks. So I think it'd be a pretty good time to build like an underdog lineup. Let y'all know what that's about. If you we'll get to the promo code things here in a second. But if you are from the WCC Discord community and not familiar with Team Hold, if you're here on Team Hold watching the show, you get the goods for our promo code with that if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet. So make sure that that's part of your game as well. So let's see. Let's bring this up again. Let's do another share. Congratulations, Getty. Let's do one more spin. I see Karaoke Maestro got the last one in. Let's give it another go. This one is going to be for our Elena Beard. And who do we got? Kyle Stansberry. Kyle, if you could play like Heath and get your Top Shot name like right in the chat right away, you would be making me so happy at the moment. If not, you can DM any of us and we'll make sure that you get that archive moment. And God, I feel like such a boomer, just like writing names on a sketch pad, like as it's happening here online. But this is what we're doing. This is how we're rolling. Keep throwing those in the chat because I'm going to get you over to my account here. Our last giveaway of the night is going to be this amazing Sue Bird moment. Really to celebrate what's going to be her final season in the WNBA. And a lot was made kind of over the weekend because WNBA Twitter gets mad about weird things. A lot was made about her being celebrated so much in New York, and the Liberty going out with like "Thank you, Sue" shirts, and the folks in the crowd having all these signs up for Sue, and making it such a big deal for celebrating her in this game. And then she does the post-game interview and like gives the Brooklyn crowd a bing bong, which is like a great flex for the wrong crowd. But like, do you have like a take on this? Like how are we gonna like on our way out? Like, how are we gonna like remember Sue Bird? I know some of y'all are sort of like relatively newish fans on here, and like Seattle isn't your team, but like just like what are thoughts around this? Like she's obviously like a WNBA like 25 member, all-time leader in like assists. Like what are your thoughts as like Sue Bird kind of enters that final stretch of her career?
For me, she was a big part in the CBA. I listened to an interview that she did, and she was a major part of the CBA that they're in right now. And I think that's how a lot of the current players are going to remember her. Is she even said in that interview that this CBA is paving the way for them to really take it and run with it. And she's done a lot of good things that way. Personally, I'm a huge point guard fan, and so all those sweet assists, the fact that she's got the record right now, I honestly, it's going to be hard to. I don't even think of someone off the top of my head that could possibly take that from her. And so just a team first player is how I'm going to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. Snap, what about you?
If you think about like, the Seattle Storm, I don't know how you can't think of Sue Bird and just mention her. And so when you just think of her, it's kind of like it's that first era and generation of the WNBA, and so that's kind of how I think I would see Sue Bird right now. Is like we're in this like new beginning of the league, and she was a core founder, essentially a trailblazer of the league. And go back what Max said, just watching her this past weekend drop dimes, like it's something that's amazing. And I honestly don't know how the Storm are kind of gonna replace that just with her. I mean,
I
she's
don't
been
know.
such a figure in just the Seattle community too, from what I understand. So it's going to be a crazy thing. So I think just along with the CBA and just being a trailblazer and kind of founder of the league and just women's sports in this nation and how it's going and growing at this point, and that's exciting to see. So I think she's just going to go down as like one of the core founders of that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. She came into the league in 2002, like 2002. We're 20 years past that. Kevin Pelton from ESPN, who also does a lot of like Seattle Storm stuff for the WNBA, said that she has assisted on like 30% of all of the Seattle Storm
Yeah.
field goals in their franchise history.
That's nuts.
That's an absurd
Wow.
number. Like that puts your like that cements your legacy in a league. There's just no Storm without Sue. And like Heath, who like what an honor that has to be to watch like Sue and Lauren Jackson. Lauren Jackson, who also this week has announced she's in her mid 40s and is like on Australia's team for FIBA like later this year, like which is just
That's
like
awesome.
absurd.
Yeah.
And with the follow up that like she changed the WNBA game in the same way that Steph changed, like exactly like her assist moments on this site like encapsulate like what she is. Her court vision is just none other. I tweeted out a video on Sunday of the game against the Liberty. Like she had a no look, almost half court pass to someone underneath the bucket and just hit them just on a dime for an easy layup. Like she's otherworldly. The only player that comes close to touching that legacy wise, I think, would be like Vandersloot. But then Vandersloot has to play like at another level for multiple years, and that's not a given. And I think that's an incredible statement to just how good a player Sue Bird is. Yeah, so I'm glad we got to talk about that. Like that was a big news thing over the last week, and I think another news thing to touch on, and Rowdy does a great job of throwing this in every chat, is that we have like it's time to bring Brittany Griner home, and it was pretty disheartening news to hear today from Brittany's wife that they haven't even had a chance to talk on the phone during this entire ordeal. And she has been wrongfully detained for way too long. And we need to free her. And the State Department and everyone else around that like needs to do what needs to be done to bring Brittany home. And we have to make that call, every week as much as we can. And I'm glad folks keep bringing that up in the chat. So as we go on, let's start to build an underdog picks for tonight. So I'm going to put a promo code in for folks if you are not familiar with Underdog, haven't signed up yet. This is a great spot to do any kind of sport picks, whatever you want. If you want best ball for football or the NBA, if you want pick'ems and these over-unders, they're a great spot to go. So what we're going to do for tonight is we're going to jump into some pick'ems. We have another game in the W tonight that's going to start at 9:30. This is going to be between Washington and the Sparks. And I think Washington is like a 2 or 2.5 point favorite in here. The over-under is kind of setting around like 160, 162. So it looks like some points are going to be scored. But let's just kind of go through what we got here. Elena Del Don's out tonight. So obviously things like for Ariel Atkins and some other players are going to be a little bit inflated. Nikki Ogumike, we're looking at 17 points or the 7.5 rebounds or 26 points, rebounds, assists. And we're all the way down to like a Jordan Canada. What are, Snap, you are the former Sparks fan. Do any of these Spark numbers look appetizing to you?
Potentially Liz with an over 6 rebounds, maybe. I'm not too sure, honestly. The Sparks, the Sparks haven't been playing amazing, right?
Right.
Like it's just kind of been trouble brewing in LA.
It's been a long time coming, and it's spilling over. Like that's the thing. Like I see any like Liz Cambage number and I think, oh my gosh, that's too
Ooh.
low. But like she's only averaging like 12 points a game. Oh, poor hotspot. She's only averaging like 12 points a game. Really so far this season, and I think for like 6 boards in a game where Elena Deldon's going to be out and she's going to be facing like a barrage of different kind of backups for especially a rookie and Shakira Austin. I could see an over happening. I could see her getting like 7 boards in a game. Mac, what about you?
I was thinking the exact same. I was thinking the over there was. I'm not going to say a no brainer. But against Shakira Austin, she's got a very good chance there. I honestly, I see Cloud going over 10.5 points. That seems too low to me.
Yeah.
Cloud's she's so fun to watch, and not even just to watch her game, just to watch her overall.
Interacting
her
with
interviews,
people.
her post game conferences and all that. It's just she's a fun player to keep track of.
I agree. She has just one of my favorite brains in the WNBA. Like what she does for the community in DC, how she talks about the game, how she interacts with other folks on her team. Completely with you on that. We're getting some pushback on the Shakira Austin. We love Shakira Austin too. She is unafraid. She showed up big ways in their Sunday game. So huge fan.
Yeah, Shakira's huge. I almost picked her in DFS tonight. Kelsey talked me out of it.
So we know who to place the blame on. It's good to do that on the person who's not here. So way to go.
Exactly.
Way to go. Yeah. I'm going to try to dig through here. Let's see if what we can find on the unders. I'm not ready to jump in to under for Shakira yet, just because there is such like a high-low part of this for me. Man, I'm a Katie Lou Samuelson like forever believer. Despite all the evidence we've been given to the contrary of her being like a regular like starter in this league, I still believe I'm still on Katie Lou Samuelson Island. 16 points, rebounds, assist seems like a lot to me, unless she's hitting, 5 or 6 threes in a night. So we're not total fish on this. I'm gonna take an under on her points, rebounds, and assist. I think to kind of counter that, I did like Jordan Canada as kind of a DFS play today, because I think that just she has kind of a great ability, passing game, kind of runs the offense pretty well for them. I don't see anything else that just makes me jump out of my mind. I think Ariel Atkins, who's one of the most underrated players in the league, and if she doesn't make an all-star team this year, that's going to be a bummer and kind of a disservice. But I think that she's pretty well set on here. I could easily see her making 2 threes, getting well over 16 points or around that, if she's getting other folks involved in that too. So, you know what? I think I'm going to be set on kind of these picks right here. We got our payout. We'll put that in. We'll confirm, and boom, these are the tickets.
Nice.
And we'll let you know. We'll let you know how that ends up in the Discord later on. We'll see if there's any kind of win there. And then, we are coming up on kind of our time. We can go through kind of another check of scores on here. This preview of what's happening for the Commissioner's Cup.
I was gonna say I don't know if you saw the face I just made. That score blew me away. I looked at ESPN for a second and was, man, Aces
Right.
are crushing it right now, guys.
Yeah. Should we even be surprised that Las Vegas is playing this well? In the first quarter, they're going to put up 40 points in the first quarter.
That's nuts.
Um,
We like to see
Unbelievable.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just crazy.
What is the
that,
like? I
that's
don't
a
think this
great thing
team
to
has
come
a
back to.
ceiling. Yeah,
No,
that's a way to welcome back, Matt.
Yeah, it was
You're
perfect
welcome.
time. Perfect timing. We go to talk about the game tonight, and he pops
Yeah.
on.
No, welcome back
honestly,
to that.
Becky Hammond offense is definitely showing up. It's been nuts to watch the Aces move the ball this year. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that like
And
allowing a good team to shoot threes would unlock something to their offense? But like not to
who
like
knew?
discredit what like Becky did, but like Bill just wouldn't let them shoot threes. They were dead last in the league last year in like 3-point attempts. And like what we have right now is a team that like you get to see like this is what happens when you shoot. Three is worth more than two. Um,
Yeah.
but what
And
Becky
they're
has done
hungry.
with lineups like unlocked. Go ahead, Mac.
I was just
Uh,
gonna say, and they're hungry.
Oh
I
yeah.
know Kelsey Plum tweeted out like, "Let us play." You know,
Mm-hmm.
they are a team ready to play, wanting to play, and they're not afraid of the limelight. So
Nope.
and they're having fun doing it
Absolutely
too.
agree. Yeah, yeah, and on less fun note, we have the Minnesota Lynx and the Phoenix Mercury, who I think, you know, part of my gig at Winsider is covering what the Mercury are doing kind of day in day out, and what they've done in the last couple of weeks with getting Tina Charles involved in pick and rolls and allowing her to shoot threes out of these like pick and pops. Um, they've unlocked something kind of like offensively, and that's exciting for them. But oh boy, they need to figure out something on their defense. They have scored. I did this for the Winsider Power Rankings. If you want to check that out at winsider.com. But I did a thing where they've scored over 80 points in 7 out of their last 8 games, something like that. In that same time frame, they've given up over 90 points, like 5 out of those like 7 times. Like they were just giving up so many points despite like being really great on offense. And I think it's kind of a bummer season that we're getting with Minnesota, just with their injuries and everything like that. So yeah, any other thoughts on that, Mac?
no, I mean I think you hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
I definitely hate that Sylvia got hurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
Her last year, she should be able to go out just like Sue,
Yep.
and the fact that she's being celebrated, but not at that level. And part of it is because she can't play right now. You know, they
Yeah.
don't have fans. She's not there where fans can shower her
Yep.
with her flowers.
Yeah.
And I hate it for her.
All that praise that she deserves. Yeah. And
Yep.
you're absolutely right. She of anyone, she deserves that last go around tour like a Sue and like anyone else would, because she's amongst those goats. She's like a 4-time
Absolutely.
defensive player of the year, champ, everything like that too, part of that WNBA 25. On that fun note, let's do our last giveaway.
Let's do it.
Let's nav over here. Once again, we are giving away this Super TSD. All you got to do is put hashtag #GetMac a jersey into the chat. We know that you're here, that you're subscribed, but you need to subscribe to Team Hold. Throw a like on the video. All requirements to get that win. Let's see how many entries we have here. We're up to 20 entries. Throw some more love in there. We're going to give it kind of one more time. Matt, could you give us kind of like one more kind of elevator pitch for your Discord? Like tell us the name, how can they join, what's it all about? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's the WNBA collector community. It's WCC for short. It's what we've been calling it. And it's just a place for any fan. You know, it's centered around Top Shot, but it's also just a big WNBA resource. You don't have to be a set holder to join our community. We have a whole chat just dedicated for you to learn more about the WNBA, become a fan, and hopefully translate that fandom into Top Shot. We're gonna have we have a ton of stuff planned just for the last part of this year. Already sent a bunch of stuff to Top Shot in hopes that they can help us out and get on board. And it's just a way to learn. We didn't have a community, so we're building one.
Yeah. And there's a lot of good things happening there. So let me navigate around, because I should share the link one more time, because what am I doing here? This is like my first stream. Come on, guys. So Snap, while you're here too, we just kind of gave a quick pitch for for the Discord before we do kind of our last giveaway for the night. And tell us about where you see this set or this Discord, this community going. Like, what do you want for this community before the end of the 2022 season?
So fair warning, I'm maybe a bit laggy. Definitely though, it'd be awesome to see if we could get more people into this Discord. We could get maybe a set holder to a game. We could get out some moments to people that are, I think we did a survey of people, they may not be near a team, so we want to try to be inclusive of that, and maybe get merch out to those people that we could. We just want to see the community grow. I think, like Max said, there wasn't anything around the W with Top Shot, and we need to change that. The W is, no shade to the other sets and the other collections, but they're random themes that Dapper picked, or Top Shot picked, and that's cool. I think that they're awesome, but I mean, this is a league with talented athletes and daily content, and we're here for that, and that's really exciting to see. So there needs to be a community around it, and we're happy that Top Shot has one now. So
yeah. And I'm just happy that you made this. Like, you created the intentional space. And I think one of the, whatever we see for like celebrating women's sports and new sports, anything like that, is like, you create the intentional space and you celebrate it. And you kind of beat the drum for it. And that's incredible. And some good comments in here, like, win the list of 4 Badger. We need that. We got a queen one.
Yeah.
We need Melissa. And get in the Discord, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're gonna draw for the Sue Bird TSD. We got 21 entries in. And damn, we love Neil Diamond Hands. Like, that's who we love. So let's go. Let's get this draw. This is going to be for a Sue Bird. Then we are calling it a night. Who we got? Oh no, Heath again? We can't do this. I thought people dropped. Oh my gosh. So we're drawing again. Drop the confetti. Heath, you already won. You're done. What is this? John Prater. There we go. Now we have a new winner. Yes. Heath, thank you. I know you gave so much like good kudos for Sue in the chat, but my buddy, you won a 4 badge already. So thank you for the good energy. And John, DM me or any of the other folks that you see here, Snap or Mac, and we will make sure that you get that Sue Bird TSD. Let us know. Let us know that Top Shot username for you. Mac, Snapper, thank you so much for making the time. Like, I asked for you to come on and talk, and you gave me a full hour of your time. You gave me some like car, not total horror show vibes. Like, we got the full bore of it. So appreciative of your time. We'll see you in the Discord.
Yeah, appreciate you having us.
All right, everybody, we're out. Thanks.